Hey everybody, welcome back to Life at Lakeside Unedited. As promised, we are going to do an episode today on how to choose your poinsettias. Also, here's my episode buddy. There's Waverly. Of course, Kaya is inside having her lunch, but there is an update on Waverly, so you can see she is awake for once on these things. So that's exciting. Say hi, Waves. No, she's got nothing for you. Sorry about that. So, we're going to take a look at some poinsettias and how to best choose your poinsettias. So, where are we going to start? How about with turning you around so you can actually see what's going on? Maybe. There we go. Alright, so just so you can get a look here. Now what we're looking at, you can see they're already starting to go out. You see some empty bench space there. So you can see we have poinsettias in all shapes, colors, and sizes. We have some living centerpieces here. Okay, now that poinsettia there in the center is actually removable. The diamond frost does go all the way around. It's a 6-inch poinsettia in the center. That pops out so that the diamond frost will actually continue to into this, well, as long as you can keep it alive inside. It'll go for quite a while. Mine went well into the spring last year. Before, honestly, I kind of forgot about it. I'm not sure how long it would go after that. But you can pop that poinsettia out. It's still in the pot and replace it with something for spring. I did mini daffodils last year, but tulips would also be beautiful in there. You do something else for summer, so you can keep it going all year round and keep your centerpieces. So these are some other, these are the pans for the centerpieces. You can see we have them with the baby spiders as well as with the philodendron. So you can see what I'm talking about. There's an empty pot in the center there so that you can remove those easily. So number one thing with the poinsettias, we get a lot of people say, oh, well, I don't want to do poinsettias because they're poisonous and I have pets. Okay, I'm going to try really hard not to sound too rude about this here, but I really need you guys to fact check a little bit there, okay, because that is a myth. The poinsettias themselves are not poisonous, not to your pets. First off, they'd have to eat a lot of it, like a lot. Okay, and then second, the poinsettia itself is not poisonous. It will, however, if they eat enough of it, and I'm talking about this entire plant and then some, it will make them sick, and the dehydration is what can be very dangerous to your pets. That's from the getting sick from eating all of that plant. It's not the same thing as saying that the plant itself is toxic, okay? That said, I completely understand if you don't want to take the risk, if you don't want to have to worry about your pets or children breaking these, because they are breakable. I mean, if you've had poinsettias before, then you know that the branches will snap on you, and that there's no coming back from that. The plant doesn't regrow them anywhere near fast enough for you for the holiday season. However, you can take that broken bract, which is what it's called, a bract, and you can, let's get over here, put it into some warm water with soap. It doesn't have to stay warm. It's just to sort of dilute the soap. You can stick it right into the water, and it makes actually a very nice cut flower. The soap just helps keep that gummy, sticky sap, which again, if you've dealt with poinsettias, you're familiar with what I'm talking about. It helps keep that gummy, sticky sap from solidifying, basically, and cutting off the flow of water from the end of the stem up into the rest of it. So if you can keep that going, then it will last. Actually, they last quite a while in just fresh cut in water. So if you have broken branches or bracts, then now you have a fun thing to do with them. So getting back to how we're going to choose a poinsettia, well, if you remember, if you tuned in for the mums episode, then you know that I'm going to give you some criteria to go by. And I'm just going to list them off for you. I'm going to keep it nice and simple. So number one, what you're going to be looking for is, honestly, I'm going to say size first. It's kind of a toss-up between size and color, but I'm going to say you need to know what size you're looking for before anything else, because there's a lot of different sizes here. We do more sizes in poinsettias than any other plants, okay? So we have everything from single stem 4-inch plants. You can see the stems themselves on these a little bit better than on these big guys over here. Look at that. They don't even look real, do they? That's a single stem 4-inch right there. To 5-inch, to 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, and then up into the hanging baskets, and of course the trees, which are very cool, and they take several years of work on our part to get them up to those larger sizes. And we have them, you can see they are different sizes. Those are different ages on those trees. So after you figure out what size you need to fit the space that you want, obviously you're going to be looking at color. We have lots of different colors here. Again, as you can see, I've been showing you around. We've got your whites, your reds, those are your classics, but we also have pinks, marbles. There are some of those, well, let me see where I got some. Well, there's some like this, which have more of like a speckled pattern to them. We have, I always want to call them jingle bells, but they're called something else now. I can't remember the name of the variety, but it's like these guys here, where it's almost like a splash. Okay, mixed color. We have some where the petals curl. These are called winter rose. So the petals themselves actually curl into a rose-like shape for you here. And of course, within those colors, there's also different leaf shapes. So you can see these have a little bit more of a pointed leaf. These have a little bit more rounded, sloping edge. So there's a lot of differences between each of the colors and each of the varieties. These are called poinsettias. They're like little mini poinsettias. They're in a 5-inch pot. They're absolutely adorable. I love the 5-inch size personally. I use them on my mantle, and I think they're just the perfect size for so many spots in my house that I did not realize. We even have the winter roses in those. And then of course, if you don't see the color that you want, or you want to get really funky with it, you want to do a little moody decor, you want to do something that's really just sort of fun and festive, we can always paint them for you. And I know that sounds weird to a lot of people that they're painted poinsettias, but this is a plant-safe paint that we use, as is the glue and glitter. So we can paint them plain, we can paint them and glitter them. We've got gold, blue, purple. We do mixes. We can do turquoise. We do pretty much any kind of color and combination that you like. I mean, obviously there's going to be a few that we can't, but we do try to create some really unique looks for you. So if you want to get something a little bit different as a gift, whereas for your decor, we can do those as well. So knowing the size that you're looking for and then the color that you're looking for, those are the number 1 and 2 on picking out your poinsettia. After that, it's really just down to shape. So there's really only 3 steps for you. You want your size, you want your color, and you want your shape. So the shape is the biggest one. That's the most important, I think. I know I should have said that one first then, maybe. You would think, but not really, because when I do the steps in order. So when you walk in here, you're going to look for what size you want first, and then what color, and then what shape. So you can see, let's pull this out. So you can see like the difference in these shapes. These are the same variety, I think. Yes, same variety in the same size pot, 2 very different shapes. Now for the most part, we keep the way that we grow our plants, starting way back in July, all the work we put into them, we do pretty well with keeping them generally the same shape. But that said, there's always going to be variation. These are actually 2 different varieties here, but you can see the difference here a lot as well. So some of them are going to be a little bit more rounded. Some of them are going to be a little bit more oblong. Some of them are going to be a little bit more faced, where they have sort of like a 3-side effect, and they have one side that's not come out quite as far as the others. Let's see if I can find one. Yeah, this is pretty good. So here you can see what I'm talking about. This one's, it's a little flat on this side, but if you turn it this way, it rounds out a little bit more. A lot of people think that is a negative on a poinsettia. They want something that's nice and round and even all the way around. But that yes and no. It depends on where you're putting it. So again, thinking about where you're putting it, that's why I consider that number 1. I know I linked that to size, but it's not just to size, it's to shape. So if you're putting it somewhere that's going to be seen from above, yeah, sure, you definitely want something that's going to have a nice rounded shape to it. It looks nice and full, and you can see what we've got going on here, how a lot of those are. But if it's something that's going against a wall, if it's something that's going on a counter, like at the end of a counter against a wall, or even up against near the Christmas tree or something like that, where it's going to have its back to something or one side to something, then it's okay for the poinsettia to have one flat side. In fact, it's arguably better because you're not going to have to worry about crushing any of those bracts as you're moving around or as you're putting it into place. So you can get something with that faced look to it, where it has one side that's more prominent than the other, and it will come out. I think Waverly fell asleep on me. And it will actually fit better into the spot that you're looking for. Here's a good one. So here you can see what I mean, where it's come up like this a little bit, but if you turn it, it's going to give you a nice look down the front. I should have pulled a couple of these out before I started this, but I didn't, and here we are. And of course, here are our trees again. Just wanted, because I know that they are a fan favorite, so I wanted to give you another look. These are some of the younger ones. These are only a year old, I believe, down here. As opposed to, oh yeah, those are definitely only a year. As opposed to some of our older guys, like this one. Okay, so 3 steps there, 3 things that you're looking for when you're looking for a poinsettia. You're looking for the size that you need for your space. You're looking for the right color. And if we don't have the right color, you can ask us. We can do custom colors. And if you are looking for, and then you're looking for the right shape. So size, color, and shape. It seems really obvious, but it's not everyone knows how to look for that, or they second guess themselves or overthink it. So it really is that simple. And if you need any help, you can always ask us. We are absolutely willing to help you with that. Just give us a shout. We are around, most likely in these houses, trying to get things done. If not, then we are probably out front working on these wreaths for you. And mounds and garlands and getting Christmas trees put up. So there's a lot going on around here, guys. So if you get a chance, especially tomorrow on Small Business Saturday, make sure that you stop by, say hi, check out what we got growing. And well, it's not really the time of year for planting, but if you are, we do still have pansies. All right, so I'm signing off now, guys. I can't give you my regular sign off because it's not time to plant, but we are around. If you have any questions, give us a shout, hit me up on Messenger, on email, on the website. Come by, give us a call, 302-875-2457. And yes, she's definitely passed out.